Hi, I'm Rachel, back again with my cat Leia, this time to review some literary journals. I write and occasionally try to publish short stories. With somewhere around 11 billion lit mags out there, it's a pretty lucrative market. Unfortunately, that also makes it difficult to patronize this form of cultural output. Where do you start, for one thing? I've decided to start with buying a new literary journal per year. I got a pretty good kick in the pants to do this last year when my alma mater, Washington College of Chestertown, Maryland, officially rolled out its new literary journal. Cherry Tree. I bought the inaugural issue, but they just recently released their second volume. This issue features 26 poems, 3 short stories, and 4 nonfiction pieces. As a fiction writer, I generally lean in that direction. My favorite short story in this journal was When We Were Dissected by Gabrielle Hovenden. It starts with the magical realist conceit of an uncle dissecting his nephews on the kitchen table to teach them about biology. When he begins an affair with the ballerina next door, it turns into an examination about life and relationships, and whether they can be understood through physical or emotional means. It's good stuff. I chose to buy Dory Quarterly this year because my favorite work of fiction and the latest Best American Short Stories was originally published here. The story is Thunderstruck by Elizabeth McCracken. I'll leave my Goodreads review for the 2015 Best American Short Stories below. Story Quarterly was started in 1975 and since 2008 has resided at Rutgers University Camden in Camden, New Jersey. The most recent volume, issue 49, features 18 short stories and 9 nonfiction pieces. Included were the winners and runners-up for the 2015 fiction and nonfiction contests. The winner of the fiction prize was Heads of the Colored People, 4 fancy sketches, 2 chalk outlines, and No Apology by Nafisa Thompson Spires. It's a story that breaks the fourth wall, with an omniscient narrator occasionally addressing the readers directly. It takes a slant look at an altercation between 2 black men that ultimately turns deadly once the police get involved. The characterization is so important because it forces us to recognize how society is conditioned to view these men as thugs, when they were really artists and comic book fans. I also really liked The Time in Paradise by Bonnie Nasdam and The Aging Rock Star by Sabrina Jazzy. Both were very much about personal identity bumping up against reality, albeit in very different ways. In the first story, a devout American Christian woman signs up to volunteer at a large refugee camp, where she learns that charity is a lot more complex and less solvable than she originally thought. In the second story, a young woman gets to meet with a musician that she idolized as a teen, but of course she only sees him through the lens of her own experiences. These are definitely some of my favorite types of stories, where characters have to confront their own perceptions. You can find links to both of these literary journals below. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.